project, I'm using a black marker and crayons. If you do not have markers, don't worry about it. You can use just crayons, totally fine. And I'm also going to need some shapes to trace. So I found a circle. It's a coaster. I found a square, a box that something I ordered came in. And I want to do a triangle, but I'm not seeing a triangle to trace, so I'm going to just grab my ruler. All right, so we are going to draw the longest line, and I want you to think about the types of lines that you can draw, okay? Straight lines, curved lines, horizontal, vertical, zigzag, wavy, lines that look like the top of a castle, wave, lines that look like a wave. You can be as creative as you want. The only thing is you do not want to crisscross your lines. So this is not a scribble. We are going to make the longest line. We're going to fill up our whole paper, and you're going to change your line, creating the different types of lines as you go. You want to try not to lift up your marker or crayon until you meet back to where you started. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through this part, and you'll see the longest line that I created. All right, here we go. Okay, so there is my longest line. I have filled up my page. I didn't crisscross any of my lines. I got a little close here, but I slowed down. So it's not a scribble. We're not just going crazy. We are actually drawing a line and drawing different types of lines. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my shapes and I'm going to trace. So I'm just going to pick a spot to put this. And if you don't have a coaster, a cup will work just fine. Go find a cup out of your kitchen and you got a circle there. If you have a roll of masking tape, that'll work. I'm drawing it with my pencil just so I can see the line, but I don't necessarily need it totally blackened in. I might change my mind on that, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to put this one kind of at an angle, and I'm going to trace it. And then I'm just going to make my own triangle. Now you can pick the shapes that you want to do. You don't have to do a circle, you don't have to do a square. You could do a rectangle if you wanted to, whatever floats your boat. These are just the three that I wanted. And if you have more room, I just used a piece of copy paper. If you have more room, you have a bigger piece of paper, you might want to do more shapes. Okay, so now I have 3 shapes. I have a circle, I have a square, and I have a triangle. All right, so now I'm going to fill in my shapes with color. So this part, let's talk a little bit about the color wheel. Okay, so we have different color groups. So, all right. Okay, so we have the primary color group. Okay, and we all know that is red, yellow, and blue. Okay, those start our color wheel. Then we'll go to secondary colors. And when we mix our primary, we're going to get our secondary. So if you remember, and if you don't remember, that's totally fine. It's okay. Red and yellow is going to make orange. Yellow and blue is going to make green. And blue and red are going to make purple or violet. Okay. All right, so we have one group, two groups. In our third group, we're going to look at our hot or warm colors. So if you think about the sun, what color is the sun? Yellow. Or fire. Okay, so we have our yellow, orange, and red. Then our next color group is cool or cold colors. And so if you think about the ocean, think about the colors that you see in the ocean. So I'm going to do blues, greens, and purples or violet. Okay, so when you are coloring in your spaces, I want you to pick one of these color groups. Okay, so either primary, secondary, hot, or cool colors. Okay, now, okay, all right, so my first shape, I'm going to work in this circle, and I'm going to do the warm colors. So I'm going to pull out all my warm color crayons. So I have my yellows and my oranges and my reds, and let's see, that red violet I'm going to stay away from. But orange, red orange, yellow orange, scarlet, that works. My yellow, yellow, dandelion, that works. That yellow green I would stay away from for warm because it's got a lot of green in it. Green is a cool color. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with these, and I'm going to color in each of these spaces that are within my circle. Okay, and I'm going to try not to do the same color right next to each other. All right, okay, so I'm going to fast forward through this while I color these in. See you in a minute. Okay, and so there's my circle, and I used warm or hot colors, and I stayed within the circle and made sure that I didn't put the same color next to itself in each spot. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my square, and I'm going to do cool colors for this. So I'm going to do my, I'm going to start coloring. I'm going to fast forward this, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so there is my cool color shape, my cool color square. All right, so for my triangle, I'm going to do the primary colors. So I'm gonna find just red, regular yellow, and regular blue. Okay, I will see you in a minute. Okay, and there's my third shape colored in. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna go over the edge with my black marker and make them stand out a little bit more. And I'm also gonna add black crayon to make it look like a shadow, to make the shapes look like they are coming up off the paper, give a little bit of an optical illusion. So I'm gonna trace the shapes with black marker, and then my light source is coming from this direction, so I'm going to create a shadow on this side of my shapes. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, and that's it. Don't worry about it being perfect. I'm sure it is wonderful. Take a picture and send it to me. Bye.